That is the star running back for this team, Wami Tongatea. Tongatea is a senior. It's senior night here in Buckeye High School. Tongatea was joined by his family for senior night, and he gets the first carry of the game. Snap, and Tongatea gets the ball again. He has a little hole. He's going to be able to pick up a first down there. 2 strong runs so far for this Buckeye offense.
Great job by Tongatea there. He's their team's leading rusher, 176 yards per game average, as well as 23 rushing touchdowns on the year for this Buckeye Hawks team.
Somebody jumped there. Nice hard count by the quarterback. The quarterback is Ricky Juarez. It's a nice hard count there to get his offense 5 more yards.
Just take advantage of maybe the excitement from Peoria coming out of the gate and take any chance you can get to move upfield here.
3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Tongatea in the backfield with Juarez. Juarez takes a snap. He's going to roll to his left side. Look downfield. He's going to throw it downfield. Open receiver, and it is just too high. He had his receiver, but threw it a little bit too high. Incomplete pass.
Man was open there, and not a whole lot of pressure coming into the backfield. Good job by Buckeye's offensive line to give the quarterback some time, just not able to convert on that throw, not able to complete it.
And speaking of Tongatea, he was injured midway through the season, and he's coming back from that injury here now. Nice to see him back on the field. He's a big, big addition to this offense. Juarez takes a snap. He's going to hand it off to Tongatea, who is met right at the line. Not a lot of space for him to go. A pickup of about 2 yards there.
Nice recovery there by the Panthers. We've seen a couple run plays so far. Now they're starting to put a stop to it and figure out what's going on.
Bring up what looks to be a 3rd down and 4 here for this offense. Looks like it might potentially be 4th down territory based on where they are on the field. Juarez takes a snap. He's going to hand it off to Tongatea. He's going to run to his left side. He's going to cut upfield. A strong run to get the first down. It is hard to bring that man down.
Nice job again by Buckeye's offensive line there. There was a great hole for Tongatea to run through, and they moved the chains as they tried to get to the end zone here. Nice start on senior night for Buckeye.
Juarez with a couple fake snaps there. This time Peoria does not jump. Tongatea moves to the right side of Juarez, takes a snap. Throws it to Tongatea, who catches it in the flat, and he makes a man miss before running upfield and is tackled again, but it is deep down the field. A nice 15-yard pickup there for Tongatea.
Tongatea once again just doing it all. He's already been explosive out of the backfield, caught a couple nice passes here, and just doing everything he can early to help out the Hawks.
Offense just outside of the red zone. Juarez looks to his coach for the play call. Juarez takes the snap. Roll to his right side. Pitches it to Tongatea. Tongatea this time is met by a lot of white jerseys. Nowhere for him to go as he's tackled out of bounds, just at about the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, not a whole lot of room to run there, as we saw the Peoria defenders just swarm right to him.
Juarez takes the snap. Rolls to his left side, throws it downfield to no one. It looks like there was 2 receivers in the area, but a little bit high. Incomplete pass for Juarez.
See the pressure coming from Peoria now, and quarterback's got to get it out quickly and just right in between a couple of receivers there.
Buckeye was almost able to get that snap off while Peoria was still subbing in some defenders and almost had the 12-man on the field, but Peoria was able to get off the field, and that led to that incomplete pass. It's going to be 3rd down and long. Just under 8.5 minutes left in this game, or in the first quarter. Juarez takes a snap. Look to Tongatea, but they read that play out. He's still going to pitch it to Tongatea, but nowhere to go. He's going to be swarmed and tackled way behind the line of scrimmage. Great job by the defense. They knew exactly where that ball was going to go.
Jose Cisneros for the Panthers getting into the backfield quickly. 6'3", 250 coming after the quarterback off the edge.
Now it's going to bring up a 4th down and long here. It looks like the offense is staying on the field as Juarez trots out to his huddle. Offense stays out there. Juarez takes the snap, rolls to his right side, and he heaves the ball down the field, deep down the field, has a receiver, and it is caught but dropped, and it is an incomplete pass. It's going to be a turnover on downs. Almost looked like it was going to be a catch. You can see Juarez rolled to his right and threw the ball all the way into, it looks like to be the back of the end zone, and he had it for a second but was not able to survive the ground. Incomplete pass. And this Peoria offense is going to get a chance to respond right here.
That was a really nice throw, almost catch by Keegan Zasso for the Hawks. Really athletic play to just try and go up and get it as best he could. Unable to come down with it, unfortunately.
Peoria Panthers trot out here. Peoria's coming off a pretty difficult loss. Takes the snap, hands it off to the running back who's able to get a lane and get a couple of yards on that sideline. That was number 6, Sebastian Carrillo with the carry.
Looked like Aiden Figueroa, number 20 for the Hawks defense, might have been making the play on that one. A couple big defenders here for the Hawks to keep an eye on. Brock Holt plays defensive end and middle linebacker. He leads the team with 7.4 tackles per game.
Peoria's quarterback is Joshua Holiday. Was a running back to his right side and 2 receivers to his left. As the running back goes into the flat, he looks at him, then he throws it, but it's a little bit behind his receiver. Incomplete pass, a little bit of a miss timing there for Holiday and his receiver.
And the guy we just mentioned, Brock Holt, there on the coverage. A nice job by the 6'2 senior to get in there and cause some traffic to break up the pass. Get in the way of the receiver there. I believe that was Quentin Sullivan, the receiver.
Looks like Sullivan was just a little bit ahead of where the ball was placed. Holiday with 3 receivers to his left, 1 to the right. Takes the snap. He's going to fake the handoff. A lot of pressure. He gets it off, though, to his receiver, who has some blockers in front of him. He's able to just work his way up the field and pick up the 1st down. A nice play there for the Panthers.
Saeed Hassan was the receiver on that play. The team leader in total touchdowns for Peoria with 6. And a great job there by the quarterback and the receiver. And a good job by Buckeye to get some people in the area. Almost got a hand on that one.
Yes, nice throw by Holiday. He had a lot of yellow jerseys coming running at him. Not easy to make an accurate pass in those situations. 1st down here for the Panthers. They're just outside of Hawk territory as they're at the 48-yard line. Holiday calls for a motion. He's going to fake the handoff, and then he's going to hand it off to his running back, who was stopped at the line of scrimmage. A lot of yellow jerseys swarming him right there.
Damian Cruz, the linebacker, was one of the guys in the area there for the Hawks. And again, they're just swarming to the running back, and he wasn't able to go anywhere.
We have just over 6 minutes left in this 1st quarter. 2nd down and long for this Panthers offense. Holiday takes the snap, and he drops it a little bit, and he's going to have to get on top of it, and he barely is able to get on top of it, looks like, before being jumped on by yellow jerseys. Still awaiting an official call, but they're going to say that it's going to remain Panthers ball. He was a little bit of a high snap, and he dropped it.
Cohen Scott of the Hawks was in on that. Almost came away with the ball out of the pile, but a great job for Buckeye to just get right in there with the quarterback and almost came away with a turnover there.
That will be a loss of some yards, and that's going to make it a third. What looks to be 14. Holiday takes the snap. He's going to roll to his left side, sets his feet, throws the ball down the field. He has his receiver, and the ball came out, and they're going to say it's an incomplete pass. Nice play by the defense right there to knock that ball out of the receiver's hand.
Elijah Ward, the intended receiver for Peoria.
And it looks like they're going to be taking the offense off the field to bring the punting unit out here.
That was an interesting play we saw by Buckeye to go for it on such a 4th and long. But clearly Peoria not planning to do the same thing here early in the game.
Well, it depends on the situation here.
And the punt is up, and it's a pretty good one. It's going to be caught at about the 18-yard line. He's going to make a move to the outside, breaks one tackle before getting stood up by a bunch of defenders there. Not able to get a lot of space, and looks like there was a little shoving afterwards, but no flag on the play.
A little bit of chippiness in this intense matchup here in the 4A West Valley section.
Sometimes the senior nights, the emotions that come with it, brings out a little bit of chippiness. We've seen that across a lot of Arizona's high school football games lately.
Both teams coming off a loss last week, so each one hungry for a win here tonight. And obviously Buckeye trying to...
Juarez throws it to his receiver coming across, and his receiver gets a couple of yards before getting tackled. And again, there's some chippiness going on deep down the field as the refs have to get in and pull these two players apart. It does not look like there's any flag on the play, but past two plays, you're starting to see the emotions are high here.
Yeah, again, like we mentioned, a big crowd out here for Buckeye tonight. The seniors and this entire team trying to represent the city well.
It's going to be a 2nd and 7. Juarez directing his receivers to the right spot. Takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to his running back, who has a hole. He's going to run and breaks one tackle before getting tripped up at about the 35-yard line. Nice run there for Tongatea.
Again, just a powerful running back trying to do everything he can to fight his way upfield.
Snap is going to hand it off to Tongatea again. Tongatea breaks one tackle, breaks it to the outside. Another strong run here. He's not going to get the first down, but a pick of what looks like to be 8 yards.
They had to get 2 guys on Tongatea to bring him down. And again, just so much power coming out of the backfield and a lot of speed as well, and it's really difficult to take down for the Panthers.
Tongatea is going to get a break here as they're going to bring in their other running back, David Fresneda. Fresneda had to fill in for Tongatea during his injury, and Fresneda looks like he ran on the wrong side of the quarterback, and that's going to be a sack. A little bit of miscommunication there with Juarez and Fresneda. I believe it looked like it was supposed to be a run play, but Fresneda just went on the wrong side. Juarez is going to run over to the sideline, talk to his coaches, make sure everybody's on the same page here. So bring up a 3rd down and 6. We saw that they were aggressive on 4th down last time, if that comes to it here. Juarez takes the snap, hands it off to his running back. His running back bounces outside from a nice strong tackle or block and gets that first down. That was Fresneda this time.
Really nice block there. I believe it was Ryan Quinton who got right in front of the defender and just created a really nice lane for the running back.
We already see early how much this Hawks team relies on the running game. And when you have 2 good running backs like they do, it'd be foolish not to. Juarez with Tongatea back in the game on his left side. Takes the snap. He's going to fake the handoff. Clean pocket. He's going to drop, throw it deep down the field, and it is just outside of the outstretched hands. A nice play by the defense to get in the way of that throw.
I like that one-on-one matchup, though. The quarterback had the right idea. Damian Garcia, the cornerback, in coverage for Peoria.
You see that they had a one-on-one on the outside. It was a nice throw down the field, but it looks like the defender just got his hands just enough in the way that he was able to pull that catch down. So bring up 2nd down and 10. Just over 2 minutes left in this first quarter. Juarez takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to his running back, who gets to another block on the outside, stays in bounds, try to pick up some extra yards before getting tackled. Another strong run there by Tongatea.
And again, we saw the offensive line coming in to help, first with that block and then trying to help push him upfield. Now we have a flag coming in after the play, I believe.
They signal that it's going to be a first down before the flag.
Ready, 3, take 3. Just follow that white hat.
And it appears that it's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct on the defense. Not quite sure exactly what it was, but it was unsportsmanlike conduct, and that's going to move the ball way down the field for this offense as the ball is placed at about the 27-yard line.
It's a big break. The Hawks already with good momentum on their side coming down the field, but really a rough break, I guess, for Peoria.
Now with the ball at the 27-yard line, Juarez takes the snap. He's going to throw it to his running back. His running back's going to throw the ball down the field here too. He has a receiver in the end zone, and it is broken up. The ball was floated up there, and the defensive back was able to get back and knock it away. You can see it was thrown to Tongatea behind that. Backwards pass allows you to throw it again there. Tongatea throw it, just lofted it maybe a little too high, and it was able to break it up for the defense. Nice crafty play there.
And a nice job by the Panthers, Nicholas Verzota, to come across field. He had to sprint across the field to make a play on that defensively, as the receiver was wide open for quite a bit.
And it looks like the Panthers will be taking a timeout, and we will be taking our first break of the night. We'll talk to you guys in 30 seconds.
Chris Scott of RE/MAX is Central Oregon's best realtor for anyone thinking of a vacation home or relocation. He's our very own born and raised Phoenician who moved his family to Central Oregon nearly 15 years ago. Contact Chris if you're thinking of exploring beautiful Central Oregon. It truly is living at its best. 541-999-5614. Proud partner of the Varsity Sports Shows, it's Dylan.
And we are back here, ladies and gentlemen, at Buckeye High School, where Buckeye Hawks will be taking on the Peoria Panthers. It's a 0-0 ball game with just under 2 minutes left in this first quarter, but the Buckeye offense has been moving down the field. Last play was a failed trick play where you throw it back to your running back who's behind the quarterback. Therefore, he's allowed to throw the ball, and he throws it to the end zone. It was a nice broken-up play, but it looks like the Panthers called a timeout, potentially wanted to make sure that that doesn't happen again, or is a little too close for comfort here. Juarez takes a snap on 2nd down, hands it off to Tongatea. Tongatea with a ton of room in front of him. He's going to try to get to the outside. He runs someone over, but it brings him down with him too, as that is a gain of about 8 yards to get right inside the red zone for the Hawks.
And Tongatea on that just went right up to his offensive line and just had nowhere to go upfield, but then cut to the side and was able to create a little bit more space.
Tongatea gets the ball again. He's going to cut to the left side, and another strong run here. First down and a lot more for this offense as they are just outside of the end zone. Juarez takes a snap. He's going to hand it off to Tongatea again. Tongatea, man at the line, doesn't matter. Touchdown, Buckeye Hawks. Tongatea, a lot of action early, and he gets them on the scoreboard first.
we saw Buckeye hurrying up to the line there trying to catch Peoria off guard. And then Tongatea just again, as he's done all first quarter, finding his way upfield into the end zone.
I would have bet almost my entire bank account that Tongatea would be getting the ball there the way he's been running so far in this first quarter. Awaiting the extra point. Snap's good. Kick is good. 7-0. The Hawks score first on their own senior night. We'll be right back after this break.
Training Better Athletes was founded by renowned football coach Ron Sowers with the philosophy of training well-rounded young people in mind and body. TBA is the go-to for middle schoolers through the pros. Coach Sowers has worked with all sports but specializes in football offensive and defensive line skills training. Whether it's one-on-one or group training, reach out to Coach Sowers at trainingbetterAthletes.com or call him at 602-435-9064. You can't cheat the grind.
We are back coming off of that touchdown for the Buckeye Hawks by Tongatea. Tongatea ran that ball almost the entire time there on that drive. And now they'll be giving the ball back to Peoria with just under a minute left in this first quarter. Kicking for Buckeye is going to be number 1, Rolando Nagete. Is able to get that extra point up, and this time we'll be kicking off here.
Sebastian Carrillo, I believe, is one of the men back deep to receive for the Panthers.
The kick is up, and it's a good one. It's going to go over his head, and it's going to drop right at that 1-yard line, so he's going to have to pick it up and do something with it, and he can't do much there. A beautiful kick pins them deep on a kickoff. You don't see that a ton, but it happens here, and now this Peoria offense has to go a long ways.
You can't get much better than that on that kickoff. It bounced just almost enough to be a touchback, and I think that's what Carrillo thought, and then just kicked back out toward the 5-yard line. Textbook there from Buckeye's kicker.
As you just saw on that replay, the ball just went straight up at that 1-yard line. Potentially could have gone in the end zone afterwards, but that's not a chance you can take, especially this early in the game. We have 46 seconds left in this first quarter. This Peoria offense comes back and takes the field. The Buckeye defense with a strong performance on Peoria's first drive. We'll see what they do here. Holiday takes the snap. He's going to throw it to his receiver on the outside, who brings it down, makes one man miss before makes another man miss, and is tackled out of bounds. A nice strong run after the catch there to pick up some extra yards. That was number 10, Hassan, with the catch.
And Hassan, we called his name earlier tonight, doing a lot on both sides of the ball for the Panthers, and expect for him to get a lot of action tonight. Again, as he is the team leader in total touchdowns for Peoria.
Hassan looked very shifty out there on that catch. Holiday takes the snap, hands it off to his running back. Not a lot of room for him to go. Pick up of a couple yards there to bring up 3rd down and short.
Isaiah Beckner on the carry.
And we have an injury timeout, it looks like, so we will be right back after this short break.
Thank you for listening to the Varsity Sports Show, where our mission is to empower education and enable dreams, creating an unmatched platform to showcase talent both in front of and behind the microphone in radio, television, podcast, and live streaming. The Varsity Sports Show, still your home for youth, high school, college, and you in Arizona and beyond. In 2019, the JV Sports Show podcast began with the idea of spotlighting young people in our community. In time, that podcast evolved into radio, television, and live stream, and through that evolution, new ideas have enhanced delivery, giving a stage to students both in front of and behind the microphone in Arizona and beyond. Thank you for supporting the Varsity Sports Show, now the Varsity Media Foundation, a 501c3 educational organization. Chris Scott of RE/MAX is Central Oregon's best realtor for anyone thinking of a vacation home or relocation. He's our very own born and raised Phoenician who moved his family to Central Oregon nearly 15 years ago. Contact Chris if you're thinking of exploring beautiful Central Oregon. It truly is living at its best. 541-999-5614. Proud partner of the Varsity Sports Shows, it's Dylan. Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is...
And we are now at the start of the second quarter. First quarter is over. We're seeing Buckeye, the only touchdown of that first quarter, has a 7-0 lead. Peoria has the ball now on a 3rd down and 3. Holiday takes a snap, and it's knocked at the line of scrimmage and knocked down. Nice play there by the defense to get in the passing lane. That's going to bring up a 4th down deep in Peoria territory.
Buckeye really took that first quarter break and came away recharged here as a great job by the defense. Got into the backfield quickly and broke it up.
We'll see Peoria punt for the 2nd time tonight. First punt was a pretty good one. Pinned them inside the 20. And this punt is up, and it's good. Again, it takes a high hop before getting picked up the 46-yard line and makes some people miss before getting tackled at the Panthers' 45-yard line. So good field position here for this offense.
Nice return there, Jordan Martinez, for Buckeye. Give him nice field position around the opposing 45 or in between 45 and the 50 to start their next drive.
On the Hawks' pass drive, we saw a lot of running by Tongatea, who ended up with the touchdown. Juarez, the quarterback for Buckeye in the backfield. Fresneda to his left. Juarez takes a snap. He's going to throw the ball deep down the field. He has his receiver, and it is caught, and he's tackled at about the 8-yard line. A huge play here for Buckeye right off the gate.
Keegan Zasso, the receiver there. What a throw and catch for the Hawks.
See, Zasso is able to get by his defender right away and has that separation, able to make the catch. And now this offense is picking up right where they left off on that past touchdown drive. Juarez takes a snap. He's going to hand it off to Fresneda. Fresneda, he gets knocked down, but he stays on his feet before getting tackled. A nice job avoiding that first tackle. Not a lot of space for him to go, however.
Both running backs here for the Hawks in this first half have been spectacular, just staying on their feet and finding ways to create plays.
Juarez takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to Fresneda again. Fresneda is this time tackled right at the line of scrimmage. Nice pressure by the defense to get through and plug up those running holes. So bring up 3rd down and goal. That's ball on the 7-yard line. Third and 7. Juarez takes the snap. He's going to fake the handoff to his running back, and he hands it off to Tongatea with another touchdown. It is hard to stop that man. 2 straight rushing touchdowns on 2 straight offensive possessions for the Buckeye Hawks, taking an early 13-0 lead, waiting for this extra point.
We see Tongatea again. We see now why he is the team's touchdown leader. Just finding his way into the end zone so easily as such a powerful and strategic running back.
Look at that, the kicker. It is up. And again, good. A 14-0 lead here for Buckeye in Buckeye, Arizona. We'll be right back after this break.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show.
We are back after that touchdown by Buckeye High School. Buckeye will be kicking off yet again. We saw in their last kickoff, it was one of the best kicks I've seen all season. A ball that was pinned at about the 1 yard line. Returner was almost only able to pick up about 5 or 6 yards. You can see that these returners are now standing a little bit farther back, placed at about the 4 yard line, expecting that deep kick. And the kick is up. It's another good one. It's going to bounce in front of the returner as he picks it up about the 12 yard line. He's going to run to the other side of the field, and he has some room if he's able to get around these players, but he's not. He's dragged down at about the 22 yard line.
Sebastian Carrillo, again, we saw him return the last one, wasn't able to get too far. Got a little farther on this one, but still a nice job by the Hawks to keep him from getting too far upfield.
That's back-to-back kickoffs where the ball hits the ground before it hits the returner's hands. See this Peoria offense come out the third time tonight. It looks like they're switching out quarterbacks here as Dominic Kramer takes that snap before throwing it down the field to his receiver, and that is caught. And it looks like it will be just short of that first down line. A pickup of 9 yards on Kramer's first pass of the night.
Give some credit there to Brock Holt of Buckeye, pushing really hard to keep him short of that first down marker. As we wind under 10 minutes here in the second quarter.
Kramer, a freshman quarterback for the Panthers. Kramer calls for a motion, takes the snap, hands it off to his running back. Running back gets to the outside, but has nowhere to go. Kind of trips up on himself trying to make a move. Looks like they're going to lose a yard there, bring up a third down and short yet again for this offense.
Sebastian Carrillo, he gets the ball a lot in the backfield, but just not able to get upfield at all there.
Looks like it will be a third down and 3. Kramer takes the snap, looks to his receiver on the outside, and it is caught for a first down. A nice out route there to the big, tall number 11, Quinton Sullivan, who makes the catch and gets a first down for this offense.
Again, on the replay, we saw Sullivan with a nice catch. Just ran a quick route toward the sideline. But also a nice job by Buckeyes' Caden Martin to not let him get upfield any further.
Caden Martin almost got his hand in there to break up the pass. Not quite. Kramer takes the snap. It's a little high, but he catches it, and he has to hand it off to his running back, who has nowhere to go yet again. Nice job just by Kramer to get that ball, hand it off to his running back, but nice job by the defense there to not allow the running back to get anywhere. It's going to be a loss of what looks like to be 3 yards, bringing up a 2nd down and 13 here.
We see here a lot of Buckeye faithful in the stands tonight, as we also saw the band getting ready for their performance at halftime. But the entire community out here to support the Hawks on senior night.
Kramer takes the snap, rolls to his left, throws the ball to no one, kind of in no man land between 2 receivers. It's going to be an incomplete pass and bring up 3rd down and long. That ball was thrown in between receiver Sullivan and the tight end Anthony Smith. Third and long, 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right, 1 running back in the backfield. Kramer takes it, fakes the handoff, goes for the screen pass to his receiver. Nice job catching it before getting tripped up behind him. Going to be about 8 yards short of that 1st down marker they were looking for.
Really nice job by the Panthers to try to make something out of that play, as we saw Hassan, I believe it was, with the catch. But Buckeye just showing no mercy here on defense.
It'll be Peoria's 3rd punt of the night. Ball is going to drop in front of the return man. It's going to take a nice bounce for the Panthers, and it's just going to keep rolling as the team just watches it go right to that 10-yard line. A beautiful punt there to put the Hawks in some difficult field position, but this Hawks offense has been rolling so far.
Yeah, off the foot of the punter there, I really didn't see. I didn't think it was going to be such a great kick, but it really took a nice bounce there for Peoria. Inside the 10, I believe.
They're going to say that it potentially touched one of the players at about the 25-yard line. So Buckeye's going to get a little bit better field position here. Juarez takes the snap, looks for his receiver on the left side, and it is dropped. They're going to say incomplete pass. Looked to be a screen pass, but was not able to haul it in. 2nd down.
That was rough. Kind of a low throw there. Pass intended for David Fresnetta. Wide open, but just a tough throw there from the quarterback out of the backfield.
So far for this Buckeye offense, it's been the Tongatea show. He has both rushing touchdowns on the night. Juarez takes the snap, hands it off to Tongatea. Tongatea on the left side has some blockers in front of him, shows a burst of speed, makes one man miss before getting tackled at about the 48-yard line. Another super strong run and some strong blocking from that Buckeye offensive line.
Tongatea has quite the magical combination there with the speed and power, just finding a way to get incredibly far upfield as he's out past the 50-yard line.
He has speed, he has power. He also has a lot of patience there as he kind of waits for the blocks to set in front of him and then makes his move. Another strong run there to get this Hawks offense back into the Panthers territory. Ball spotted at the 47-yard line. Juarez takes the snap, drops back in the pocket, throws the ball deep down the field yet again, and he has his receiver for a catch, who stays on his feet, and a touchdown, Hawks. What a great job by the receiver to stay on his feet. That looked to be 11. Keegan Zasso with the catch and score.
They do have a flag down back at the 50-yard line. We'll see how this impacts the play. Offensive holding will bring him back, and man, that's a heartbreaker. What a beautiful throw and catch that was.
Beautiful throw and catch, but it's not going to matter as this offense will be going 15 yards in reverse after that holding call. Juarez has to look to do it again here as he has now a long way to go just to get that first down marker. We're going to call it first down and 19. Juarez takes the snap, drops back again, and this time he's hit right away. Nice job to stay on his feet. Multiple tackles gotten out of before getting dragged down, but Juarez showing some nice fight just to get that ball back close to that line of scrimmage.
We saw Eloy Navejas from the Panthers there on the initial attempt at the tackle in the backfield, and then the quarterback able to escape it, and Jacob Samaripas for the Panthers on the tackle that brought him down.
First time we've seen the Panthers get pressure on Juarez so far tonight. Juarez takes the snap, rolls to his right side, looking for receivers downfield before changing direction, going to his left side, using his blockers on that left side. Now he's dancing around back there. He's going way far back, picks up a huge block. That's going to be a flag as Juarez just throws it, but it is right at the linebacker who catches the ball. It looks like he's going to take it all the way for a touchdown. That looks like it's going to be a pick six. There's a lot of flags on the field, though. So there's a lot for this team to figure out.
I believe the initial penalty was offensive, looked like on the lineman. The quarterback there, again, we saw trying to do everything he could to escape a sack, but then just a dangerous throw. And two receivers, or two defenders there. I believe it was Jacob Jacinto who came away with the ball at the end of it.
Yeah, it looked like Juarez was being tripped up and tried to just get rid of the ball, but sadly when he got rid of the ball, he threw it directly into the linebacker's chest right there. Was able to pick that ball and take it all the way to the end zone. However, there's a lot of talk by the refs, and it looks like the offense for Peoria is staying, or offense for Buckeye is staying on the field. Peoria's defense also is on the field. Both teams looks like to be expecting a reset of the play. And wow, they're going to say that is a touchdown for Peoria. They're saying that the flag was on the offense. It looked to be that big hit Juarez got from the offensive line. We have a replay right here. See Juarez right's getting tripped up, just throws it right to that linebacker who catches the ball and runs all the way to the end zone. Huge play for these Panthers to get themselves right back in the ball game. 14-6 awaiting this extra point.
The offense for Peoria had a tough time getting it going, so the defense said, no worries, we'll pick you up.
Now Peoria looking to make this a 7-point ball game awaiting this extra point. The kick is up, and it hits the goalpost and goes in, so that will be an extra point, 14-7. Buckeye holds on to the lead as we go to break. We'll speak with you guys in 30 seconds.
Thank you for listening to the Varsity Sports Show, where our mission is to empower education and enable dreams, creating an unmatched platform to showcase talent both in front of and behind the microphone, in radio, television, podcast, and live streaming. The Varsity Sports Show, still your home for youth, high school, college, and you in Arizona and beyond.
We are back here in Buckeye, Arizona at Buckeye Union High School with 4 minutes left in this first half, we just saw one of the wildest plays I've seen so far this season, as Juarez was dancing around in the backfield for a while before getting tripped up and trying to get rid of the ball, and just mistakenly threw it right to a Panther, was able to take that ball all the way to the end zone and get their team right back in it. But luckily for Buckeye, they get the ball right back, and this offense has a chance to get back on track as that kick is up, and it's caught at about the 12-yard line. He has some blockers in front of him. He shows a burst of speed and picks up a lot of yards. He cuts to the outside, and he might go all the way. He has one defender to beat, and it looks like the defender's going to be able to push him out of bounds. But a huge return and a nice response for the Hawks here. The ball is going to be spotted just outside of that 20-yard line.
What a job by Trayvon Frazier there. Caught the ball all the way back inside the 20 and just absolutely flipped the field for Buckeye.
And coming off of a pick six, that's one of the best things to do as the returner. Just get that ball as close to the end zone as you can. Get your offense moving yet again.
We saw, after such a big defensive play, Peoria maybe thinking they could swing the momentum in their favor, and just Buckeye just coming right back, try to get their lead extended back to 2 touchdowns.
Buckeye with a new quarterback. It's going to be Zachary Bennett, and this ball is fumbled on the handoff, and it looks like it's going to be picked up by the Panthers. So a huge return. Does not do anything for this offense as they fumble that first play, and now the Panthers will get the ball back.
And again, we just talked about the momentum switching back and forth, and Peoria's defense again coming up with a great play there to try and maybe take the lead if they can on this offensive drive, or at least tie the game, excuse me.
That was Bennett's first play at quarterback tonight, and potentially a little bit mistiming on that handoff. It looks like the fumble was just in that handoff. The running back was not able to pick it up cleanly, and now the Panthers offense has another chance right here. Panthers are going to stick with their freshman quarterback, Dominic Kramer, number 3. Kramer takes the snap. Looks to his receiver on the outside, who makes the catch before getting tackled right away. Pick up of about 8 yards.
Very athletic play by the receiver there to go up and get that. And we see Buckeyes quarterback on the sideline over there.
Taking a look at the film. That was number 6, Juarez, who threw the pick six. Looking at potentially what went wrong there, as Buckeyes going to take a timeout, and we'll take a timeout as well. We'll talk to you guys in 30 seconds.
In 2019, the JV Sports Show podcast began with the idea of spotlighting young people in our community. In time, that podcast evolved into radio, television, and live stream, and through that evolution, new ideas have enhanced delivery, giving a stage to students both in front of and behind the microphone in Arizona and beyond. Thank you for supporting the Varsity Sports Show, now the Varsity Media Foundation, a 501c3 educational organization.
Pretty exciting last 2 minutes of football here in Buckeye, Arizona, as we saw a pick six and then a return all the way back to the 20-yard line. And then right after that return, the first offensive play was a fumble. So now this Peoria Panthers team has the ball on their own 29-yard line, it looks like. It's going to be a 2nd down and 2 coming up for this offense. 14-7 ball game. Buckeye still with the lead. Freshman quarterback Dominic Kramer out there for the Panthers. Takes the snap. He's going to fake the handoff. He's going to throw to his receiver. And it looks like there was a little bit of a miscommunication. The ball was way behind his intended receiver.
On top of that, defensive pressure coming off the edge on the quarterback's left side. Not sure if he got a hand on it there or not, but definitely the quarterback saw the pressure coming.
He's going to bring up a 3rd down and short. Just under 3.5 minutes left to go in this first half. Kramer takes the snap. Looks to the outside. Receiver has the catch before getting tackled. Right away. That was Quentin Sullivan again. He looks to be the third down target for this offense.
We see the Buckeye band there warming up as we near the end of the first half with just a little over 3 minutes to go here. The Hawks still with a touchdown lead. But the Panthers trying to stir something up here late in the second quarter.
Kramer takes the snap. He's going to look deep down the field. The ball looks to be a little bit underthrown of his two receivers. It's going to drop right in front of them. That's going to be an incomplete pass and stop the clock at 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in this half.
Definitely aiming deep, probably intended there for Sebastian Carrillo, but just a little inside of where he probably intended it, and great coverage by the Hawks. Carrillo was just unable to get anywhere close to make a play on that ball.
See the Panthers' aggression, though, as they go into this half here. Kramer takes the snap. He's going to fake the handoff. He's going to throw it back to his receiver, who's going to kind of work his way back and makes one man miss before getting about to where he caught the ball at. Not a lot of space for him to go. A lot of yellow jerseys swarming on him very fast. It's going to bring up a third down. And it looks to be 3rd down and 12, so a long way for this team to go on this 3rd down.
Take two. Reset Kenji, I'm on you, Stoops. Ready, one, take.
Kramer takes the snap. He's going to roll to his right side as he's going to throw the ball down the field. He has his receiver who catches it on that sideline. They're going to say it's a catch, but does not quite get that first down that they were looking for. So bring up a 4th down and looks to be 2 yards.
That was tough. The throw kind of took him out towards the sideline, and then on top of that, the defender for the Hawks was just right in the area. I believe it was Julian Ortiz who was right there with the receiver.
As the throw did take him out to the sideline. That's the only place the quarterback could really put the ball to get the catch. Nice play by the defense as we see another punt for this Peoria Panthers. As there looks to be a timeout called. The Panthers are going to take a second to talk about it, and we'll take a second as well.
Training Better Athletes was founded by renowned football coach Ron Sowers with the philosophy of training well-rounded young people in mind and body. TBA is the go-to for middle schoolers through the pros. Coach Sowers has worked with all sports but specializes in football offensive and defensive line skills training. Whether it's one-on-one or group training, reach out to Coach Sowers at trainingbetterAthletes.com or call him at 602-435-9064. You can't cheat the grind.
And we are back. The punting unit is back on the field. We thought maybe that timeout was to talk about this 4th down, but it looks like they're going to stay with punting the ball here. Peoria will get the ball to start the second half as they punt this one away. It's another long punt, and it's caught at it's dropped right at about the 22-yard line. He's hit right away. Stays on his feet for a sec, but not able to go anywhere as a flag comes in from way back where it was thrown back where the punter punted it, but it was moved over to where that tackle was made, so we still have a flag on the play.
Pretty straightforward punt there. Boomed straight down the field, but then that mishandling by Buckeye just created a bunch of problems.
Looks like it's going to be a flag on the returning team and the punting team. Oh, and it looks like the ref's going to change it up a little bit.
Ready, one, take one.
As they're going to call that was on the punting team. So Buckeye's going to get a little bit of help as they have just over 2 minutes left in this first half, looking to gain a bigger lead. They hold a 14-7 lead so far. I'm sure they'd love to go into halftime with a 2-score lead.
Absolutely. They've relied a lot on the run game here in this first half. And so if they want to continue to do that with Tongatea, they're just going to have him run quickly on a couple of plays.
The refs are talking about it again as they're now deciding to move the ball back to where it originally was. So the refs now are calling it on Buckeye. So now the ball is going to go way back. We thought Buckeye was going to get a little bit of advantage to start this drive, but this time it's a disadvantage. The ball's going to be placed at about the 11-yard line here. Little switch up by the refs here, and now a long way for this Buckeye offense to go.
That may change the game plan a little bit depending on what they're looking to do. If they want to run it out, then they can hand it off, but otherwise they're going to have to be aiming deep.
Snap, handed off to Tongatea. Tongatea again. Looks like he will never be brought down by that first defender as he has another good run of gain of about 6.
And again, as we've seen a couple times, took 2 to bring him down.
If Juarez back out there at quarterback for Buckeye. Hands it off again to his running back. This time, Tongatea is hit at the line of scrimmage and still cannot be brought down until he's brought down. Looks like it's going to be a loss of about a yard, but a nice fight by Tongatea just to get that ball closer to that line of scrimmage.
We saw Tongatea evade that first defender with a little bit of a spin move.
And Buckeye will be taking a timeout as we will take a break as well. We'll talk to you guys in 30 seconds.
Chris Scott of RE/MAX is Central Oregon's best realtor for anyone thinking of a vacation home or relocation. He's our very own born and raised Venetian who moved his family to Central Oregon nearly 15 years ago. Contact Chris if you're thinking of exploring beautiful Central Oregon. It truly is living at its best. 541-999-5614. Proud partner of the Varsity Sports Shows, it's Dylan.
We are back here, Buckeye Union High School, as Buckeye holds on to a 14-7 lead with just over a minute and a half left in this first half. It's been a pretty exciting game so far as Buckeye has both of its touchdowns from the rushing of Tongatea, and Peoria was able to get into the end zone coming off a pick 6 on a pretty wild play. Here's Buckeye with the ball. Ricardo Juarez out there at quarterback. He was taken off for one play following the pick 6, but now he's back out there. Tongatea to his right. He's going to take the snap. He's going to drop deep in the pocket. Pressure yet again. He's going to have to make it work with his feet here. Runs to the sideline, flashes the ball out, and looks like they're not going to give him the first down. Oh, they will be giving the first down. A little bit of a delayed call on that first down, but they will get it. Nice job by Juarez to pick up the first down and get out of bounds. Clock stops at 1:27.
And again, that, as you mentioned, that getting out of bounds was the key on that play to be able to stop the clock as they try to seemingly take shots downfield at this point.
Long ways to go, but it looks like they're going to stay aggressive on offense. The Hawks will takes the snap. He throws it to his receiver on the right side. It was a lot of grass in front of him as he, again, is tackled out of bounds. He's going to stop the clock yet again. This offense doing a good job of finding the sidelines here.
Really nice, I believe, Jordan Martinez for the Hawks with the catch. Taking their time here to come up with the play, maybe drawing up something new. perhaps taking a shot downfield. Minute 19 still to go in this first half.
Panthers have been able to get some good pressure as of recently. Juarez takes the snap. He's going to fake the throw. He's going to hand it off to his running back, who has yet another hole for hitting the second gear and getting tackled just ahead of that 40-yard line. Looks to be the 42 as the clock will continue to move. That does stop momentarily as they move the chains, giving the offense a chance to get fully set.
And keep in mind, Buckeye does have one timeout in case they do need or want to use it.
Juarez takes the snap. He's going to throw the ball over the middle, and it looks like both receivers weren't really looking at the quarterback. He's luckily that just hit the grass. Stops the clock at 55 seconds.
Yeah, very lucky play indeed, as Nicholas Verdoza was right underneath the ball, just a little too far back to get a hand on it.
It looked like the intended receiver just did not have his head turned around, didn't even know the ball was coming his way until it touched some turf.
We see now Rolando Negrete warming up in case they're able to get into field goal range.
Negrete has hit both extra points fairly easily, and we've seen him have a strong leg out the kickoffs as well. Juarez takes the snap, but it looks like maybe the center delayed for a second. The entire team looks a false start there. It's going to move that ball 5 yards back for this offense. Just under a minute left, 2nd and 15. Long ways to go. We'll see if they stay aggressive here. Peoria will get the ball to start the second half.
Ready, three, take three. Ready, one, take one.
Juarez takes the snap, drops back, and he throws it to his receiver, who catches it. A lot of blockers in front of him as he's tripped up at about the 45-yard line. A nice play. This offense has to get set fast as the clock continues to click. Under 40 seconds left here in the first half. Juarez takes the snap, drops back, a lot of pressure again. Another screen pass to Tongatea. Tongatea has a lot of blockers in front of him. He's going to the outside. He stiff arms one person to the ground. He's making some people miss and dancing around back there. Gets the ball up to the 22-yard line. Buckeye has a timeout and decides not to use it here as they're going to try to snap the ball. They spike it here with 21 seconds left, stops the clock. A nice play design there for Buckeye.
And Tongatea, one of only a couple men open, and who better to dump it up to on that previous play. Right over the middle. He ran over the middle and then cut to the outside. Ran into some traffic there, so decided, yeah, I'll come back inside, and went upfield a little bit further.
Potentially could have taken it out of bounds a little bit earlier, decides to stay in bounds, use up a little bit more clock, and get some extra yards here. As we said, they still do have one timeout. Clock is stopped at 21 seconds as it's 2nd down and 10. The ball's on the 22-yard line, so just outside of the red zone. Juarez takes the snap, drops back in the pocket, and he lofts it downfield, and the receiver is on the ground as well as the defender. Looks like there's going to be no flag on the play. Potentially they just got tripped up to bring up a 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, I think the receiver was looking for something there, but Donnell Clemens on the coverage for the Peoria Panthers. And no penalty called, no penalty called on that. And they do still have a timeout here in case they are able to get a first down. 15.7 seconds left in the half.
3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. And Juarez takes a snap, but there's going to be a timeout called right before by the Panthers. And we'll go to a quick break before this big 3rd down play.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk to you about a good friend of mine named Bob Jenkins. Bob is a Marine Corps veteran. Bob and his younger brother DJ own Vets Built Contracting. For 5 years, they've been hiring and putting veterans to work. Vets Built is licensed, bonded, and insured, both residential and commercial, specializing in renovations, remodeling, new build, casitas, safe rooms, or small commercial TI work. If you're a skilled veteran looking for work, a homeowner in need of work, or a commercial business needing TI work, please call Bob or DJ at Vets Built at 480-584-36.
15 seconds left here at Buckeye Union High School. So the Hawks have a 14-7 lead with the ball on the 22-yard line, looking to gain to that lead here, but they do have a 3rd down and 10. The last throw was intended for a receiver who was on the ground. It looked like both the receiver and the defensive back potentially just got tripped up. Was not able to make a play on the ball. As here as Juarez has 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Takes the snap, he drops back in the pocket. He has to make some people miss. He runs to the right side, throws it deep to the end zone, and it is just over the head of his intended receiver right at the corner of the end zone. Incomplete pass to bring up 4th down.
Jordan Martinez, the intended receiver there, well guarded again by Donnell Clemens, who was on the coverage of the last one. And now with 7.9 seconds on 4th down, they'll probably look to kick a field goal here.
This is the kicker, Rolando Negrete's first field goal attempt of the night. He's 2 for 2 on the extra points, and we've seen pretty booming leg on the kickoffs. He did a nice job of hitting that ball at the 1-yard line off a kickoff, which you don't see often in high school football. This time, a chance to make it a 2-score game. The kick is blocked by the Peoria Panthers. They're going to pick it up, and they're going to trip up. He almost had a chance to return it all the way if he stayed on his feet. He was tripped up with just about 2 seconds left.
Talk to you about a good friend of mine named Bob Jenkins. Bob is a Marine Corps veteran. Bob
Start the second half, so no rush or urgency to go for a big Hail Mary pass here. We'll see what they decide to draw up.
You know, if I was Peoria, though, I would consider still to try to make a big play on that. They just had that interception. But as we see the replay here, they were able to put a decent field position.
Almost able to keep his feet, and if he did, he probably would have had a touchdown there, but had to lean down to get that ball. Looks like the wide receivers are out there, not the typical kneeling formation, but they will take a kneel right as he gets the ball. That'll bring us to the end of the first half. It's been a great ball game so far. 14-7. The Buckeye Hawks have a lead here in Buckeye Union High School. We'll talk to you guys at the top of the 3rd quarter.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gonna feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'm
Aliyah Harriet with the Varsity Sports Show, and today I'm joined by super dynamic quarterback at Saguaro High School, Devin Dampier. Devin, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for joining the show.
Thank you for having me, for real.
Okay, so obviously you've had great success at the high school level, but I just want to go back a little bit to how you started playing football. So when did that interest of football start for you?
Yeah, I started off when I was 4. My mom used to have me throwing baseballs all the time, and she was like, "You're just a little bit too physical to only throw a ball." So she decided to have me play football. So I started playing since I've been 4.5, and it's just gone up from there.
That's really cool. This is your senior season, obviously, and just you've had such great success. And last year winning the Open Division Championship, and last week you guys played Chaparral at senior night. So what was that moment like for you, going out on the field for the last time with your family by your side?
Yeah, to have them all with me, on that field for that last time, it's a little emotional. It didn't hit me at the moment, but just thinking about it, it's crazy that I'm really I'm done with high school kind of thing. So it's crazy it's coming to an end.
And then, what were some of your goals coming into the season after having such a successful season last year?
Yeah, last year, yeah, obviously we won. So this year, it's always hold it down. I mean, after you get it, you got to stay up there. So that's obviously always a goal. But just going into my senior year, I kind of wanted a motive to kind of inspire other people and just be able to like make people better around me instead of just kind of focusing on myself. I wanted others to feel like they could do whatever they can.
And speaking of that, making others better around you, I've talked about, this opening, how you're such a dynamic quarterback. And let's just look at these numbers real quick. Over 1,400 passing yards, 800 rushing yards. How has that helped your game progress over these couple of years?
Yeah, I've always wanted to be dynamic. Nothing against pocket passers or anything, but I feel like I can bring so much more to the game just being able to be crafty and stuff. And I feel like it's really hard for defenses to have to not only play coverage but have to maintain the quarterback the way I play. So I just try to make it the hardest I can for any defense.
Yeah, and you talk about how good the offense has been this year and just all the weapons that you guys have around you. And how would you describe, your team at this point of the season?
Yeah, I would say since the beginning, you could really tell our team's grown. That's really good. That's playing. So that first game was kind of their first time into a game. So, and then you just see gradually going up. Less mistakes are happening. More people are happy for each other. So we're moving in a good direction right now.
And many people maybe don't know, maybe they do, but you played track as well. So how did that, help you with your football game?
Yeah, to be honest, so doing javelin, it's a different way of throwing, but it's somewhat like football. But like the way I throw the javelin, I was able to throw it pretty far. So I kind of use that technique when I throw like really far balls, and I've realized I can throw the ball like 10 yards farther. It's so weird, but I'm happy I did it.
Oh, that's great. Do you think that, maybe that's like really helped you this year?
Yeah, I feel like getting in any sport. I did basketball right before track, and when I did track, I did multiple events. My coaches didn't let me just to one, so I think that, it helps overall.
And then I want to transition a little bit into, you've committed to the University of New Mexico. Congratulations, first of all. And what was that? What stood out to you that made you commit to the University of New Mexico?
Yeah, it's mainly just the love, really. They were the school to reach out to me as soon as the state championship was over. I think they watched my film one time, and then the coach was just ready. He's like, we got full belief in you, and he's kept his word the whole entire way until now. So that's a long time to be recruiting one person and continuously showing love. So that's my main reason why I went out there.
That's great. Do you know what you want to study or like what you want to go towards?
Yeah, I've been thinking between something in business or engineering. A lot of people have been saying engineering a lot, so I'm thinking about it, but I might end up still giving it a shot. I don't know yet.
I think you should give it a shot. Yeah.
Hey, I just don't want to get set up. I'm not going to get set up, man.
So that was kind of just like that first part of the interview. So I just want to, get to know Devin off the field a little bit. So when you're not on the football field, what do you like to do?
To be honest, I like this year especially. I would say I've been around my family literally any time I've had, just being around my mom and dad. Really, just because it's gonna really be my last time I'm living with them. So I just really been cherishing the moments, just chilling downstairs with them, playing card games. We play like game night every other night and stuff. So it's been a real loving kind of mood this last year.
What's your favorite sports team? Doesn't have to be football.
See, look, I want to say the Cardinals, but I don't feel good with that answer right now. So we're gonna go with my basketball team. I've been rocking with John Morant. Really, he's a hooper. So
oh yeah,
I wouldn't say my Grizzlies is the favorite team, but John Morant's my favorite player. So I guess I'm.
That was my next question. Your favorite athlete? So I guess it would be John Morant.
Well, okay. Favorite athlete? Ooh,
Have any sport?
that's a hard one. I'm gonna have to go between Kobe
Mhm.
or Aaron Rodgers.
Or Aaron
Kobe or
Rodgers?
Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, I like the way they carry themselves.
Cool. I like that. Are you into shoes?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Love.
What's your
Got
shoe of choice when you're off the field?
It used to be Jordans, but I'm moving into like, I don't know if they're like fashionable shoes, but like I've been rocking a lot of like McQueens and Balenciagas and stuff. I
Okay.
got it. I'm trying to get some Rick Owens.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got into the fashion wear.
Yeah. That's like really high wear. Yeah. I see it. I like that. What you said Jordans used to be your favorite. What Jordan?
Force.
Force?
Force.
Oh,
Yeah, Force over anything.
Which
I haven't fell in love with the ones yet. A lot of people have ones right now.
Yeah.
I haven't fell in love with them yet.
Which four?
I'm gonna go with my concretes.
Mm,
Yeah.
that's a
Yeah.
good one. I have the what those?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like those. They're comfy. Any Jordan's really comfy to me.
Yeah. The Jordans are good shit. Everybody says they're like heavy and stuff. I'm like, yeah, I don't know what you're doing, and y'all doing something wrong.
Yeah. Do you like to listen to music? If so, what's your favorite artist that you like to listen to?
Yeah, well, I love music. I listen to all genres. I've been jumping in between rap, old R&B. Like I was just listening to country music coming here. Like I just switch it up. But I would say my go-to is probably Young Boy. He's a little. He knows how to do a little bit of everything. So he can get in all my.
Do you listen to Young Boy in your pregame, or do you listen to someone else?
Yeah.
Young Boy?
The turns up young. Yeah, I listen to turns up Young Boy before games. It gets my head knocking. Just I be ready.
Yeah. Okay, this might be a controversial one, but do you like pineapple on pizza?
No, there's no. If people have put pineapple on their pizza, y'all need help. I need to put that out there. Those two did not go together, not at all.
Okay, last question for you today, Devin. What's kind of like your pregame routine?
Well, my number one is I can't eat much, so lunch is my final meal of the day. Can't eat nothing else. Salad. I do not drink water on game day. I drink only Gatorade. And then it's really I get like this weird thing where like I get tired. I get like really tired right before the game. I'm talking about like 5 minutes before the game. I start yawning and stuff. I just really relax my body. And then as soon as I run out the tunnel or something, it's just I don't know. It's something that goes into me and I'm ready.
Okay, that's really cool. And Devin, thank you so much for joining me today and taking that little time out of your day right before practice as you guys prepare this week. So just thank you so much for joining the show, Devin Dampierre from Saguaro. Super dynamic quarterback. Guys, got to look out for him in the future. Thank you so much, Devin. And I'm Eli Harriet with the Varsity Sports Show.
Always. Thank you.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show. Hey fans, thanks for tuning in. I'd like to tell you about a new program called Varsity Weekly. It's a weekly sports recap of sports and events from our amazing broadcast and production team here at the Varsity Sports Show. We were looking for a way to bundle all of the great things our team does throughout the week into one 20-minute program each week, and here it is. We will also feature a special Southern Arizona report from a few of our talented journalists in Tucson. None of this would be possible without the generosity and kindness of our partners and friends of the Varsity Sports Show. If you have any students that are interested in submitting content, let us know. We'd love to feature content in a special segment we call Future Stars. And be sure and listen to the My Recruit Show presented by the Varsity Media Foundation from 7 to 8 a.m. and then the Varsity Sports Show every Saturday morning from 8 to 10 on AM 1060 KDUS Arizona. Now sit back and enjoy Varsity Weekly, and be sure and look for new episodes every Sunday night this fall. And go Varsity! Thank you for listening to the Varsity Sports Show, where our mission is to empower education and enable dreams, creating an unmatched platform to showcase talent both in front of and behind the microphone in radio, television, podcast, and live streaming. The Varsity Sports Show, still your home for youth, high school, college, and you in Arizona and beyond. In 2019, the JV Sports Show podcast began with the idea of spotlighting young people in our community. In time, that podcast evolved into radio, television, and live stream, and through that evolution, new ideas have enhanced delivery, giving a stage to students both in front of and behind the microphone in Arizona and beyond. Thank you for supporting the Varsity Sports Show, now the Varsity Media Foundation, a 501c3 educational organization. Training Better Athletes was founded by renowned football coach Ron Sowers with the philosophy of training well-rounded young people in mind and body. TBA is the go-to for middle schoolers through the pros. Coach Sowers has worked with all sports but specializes in football offensive and defensive line skills training. Whether it's one-on-one or group training, reach out to Coach Sowers at trainingbeterathletes.com or call him at 602-435-9064. You can't cheat the grind. Chris Scott of RE/MAX is Central Oregon's best realtor for anyone thinking of a vacation home or relocation. He's our very own born and raised Venetian who moved his family to Central Oregon nearly 15 years ago. Contact Chris if you're thinking of exploring beautiful Central Oregon. It truly is living at its best. 541-999-5614. Proud partner of the Varsity Sports Shows, it's Dylan.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk to you about a good friend of mine named Bob Jenkins. Bob is a Marine Corps veteran. Bob and his younger brother DJ own Vets Built Contracting. For 5 years, they've been hiring and putting veterans to work. Vets Built is licensed, bonded, and insured, both residential and commercial, specializing in renovations, remodeling, new build, casitas, safe rooms, or small commercial TI work. If you're a skilled veteran looking for work, a homeowner in need of work, or a commercial business needing TI work, please call Bob or DJ at Vets Built at 480-584-3675.
On the other side, Panthers were able to get their lone score coming off a pick 6. So defense for the Panthers doing well for them. Buckeye offense has been doing good all night, running the ball. Paul, what do you see the Panthers have to do on offense to get the ball moving down the field?
Well, their one touchdown came defensively, so they really haven't been able to do a whole lot on offense other than move the ball down the field a little bit. So in the pass game, I think they need to get that pass game going a little bit more.
Ball is caught inside the 10-yard line. A burst of speed to the outside. He's tackled right at that 22-yard line. As you said, the lone score for the Panthers is by the defense. So this offense needs to get the ball moving a little bit. They've not been able to establish the run game really at all tonight. We saw they're going with their freshman quarterback to end that second half or first half. After they started the game with the senior Joshua Holiday, they decided to go with Dominic Kramer in the second quarter, and the ball was moving down the field a little bit. I see Kramer running out there to lead this team to start this second half. They'll keep the freshman in there here. The second half is underway. Kramer takes a snap, hands it off to his running back, and yet again, this Buckeye defense is there right away.
Yeah, really setting the tone early here in this second half is the Buckeye defense. And we've seen them, for lack of a better term, just dominate the line of scrimmage a lot of the first half and coming out with that same intensity here to start the second half.
Kramer takes the snap, drop back in the pocket. He's hit as he throws and is still able to make the catch and make one defender miss. He runs down the sideline before getting tripped up just in front of that 40-yard line. A nice job by Kramer as he was drilled while he made that throw.
And a nice job, Sebastian Carrillo, again, the main target for Peoria's offense so far. Just making another great play with a nice run after.
I expect them to try to get Carrillo more touches in this half, and we saw it right there work out positively for the Panthers. Kramer with two receivers on either side of him. First down and 10. Kramer takes the snap, and he is hit again as he throws. This time, it looks like it's intercepted. Still awaiting a call. The refs are going to talk about it. He was caught that on the sideline. Interception by the defense. What a way to start the third quarter for Buckeye.
So we saw on that play pressure in the backfield. I believe it was Aiden Nobbs who was able to knock over the quarterback there. Again, we saw that big hit, and then going down the sideline, we had
with the interception there, number 21. Nice job of holding his feet in bounds to make that catch. And this offense, or this Buckeye offense, will get a chance here in the second half. We saw Buckeye also use two quarterbacks as Juarez was taken out after he threw that pick 6, but put right back in after there was a fumble on the next play by Buckeye offense. Juarez out there, hands it off to his running back yet again. The running back with another huge hole. This time it was Fresneda picking up a large gain for this Buckeye offense.
Fresneda picking up where the running game left in the first half. Breaks a couple tackles as we see here on the replay. Wide open, cut through the middle, found a hole out to close to the
Panthers, it's tough when you have Fresneda and Tongatea on the field. We see right now, on one side is Fresneda, the other side is Tongatea. They move a little bit. Fresneda stays in the backfield. Juarez takes the snap, fakes the handoff, hands it off to Tongatea. Tongatea is able to get out of the first tackle, but drag down, pick up about 3 yards there.
Again, we've seen Tongatea really making the Peoria defense have two defenders to take him down. He was able to get past Bryson Crespo initially before he ran into some traffic again.
Juarez, Fresneda and Tongatea on each side of him yet again. Takes a snap, hands it off to Tongatea. Tongatea hit it at the line of scrimmage, doesn't matter. He's still on his feet. It's tough to bring that man down. He gets all the way to what looks like to be the 22-yard line before getting tripped up. Oh, they're going to say, yeah, it's just about the 22-yard line there. Another strong run. This running game did well in the first half, and they look to be doing well right now.
And my goodness, I mean, I sound like a broken record talking about Tongatea over and over again, but this time on that run, it took three Peoria defenders to bring him to the ground.
Juarez with either running back on either side. Takes the snap, hands it off to Fresneda this time. Fresneda able to get downfield and pick up a good 6 yards before getting tackled. Should bring up a 2nd down and 6 as we have 8 minutes left to play in this third quarter. Juarez takes the snap, hands it off this time to Tongatea. Tongatea bursts up the middle, and that is a touchdown. Buckeyes, that's a hat trick. 3 touchdowns on the night for the senior running back, Tongatea, and adds this lead for the Hawks.
I don't think for Tongatea you could have a much better senior night than that. His 3rd touchdown of the game, his 28th of the season for the Hawks.
Orlando Negrete has been good so far tonight on extra point. 2 for 2 so far, trying to make it 3 for 3 here. Snap is good. Kick, it's almost as perfect as you can get. And that is a 21-7 lead for the Buckeye Hawks. We'll talk to you guys right after this break.
Thank you for listening to the Varsity Sports Show, where our mission is to empower education and enable dreams, creating an unmatched platform to showcase talent both in front of and behind the microphone in radio, television, podcast, and live streaming. The Varsity Sports Show, still your home for youth, high school, college, and you in Arizona and beyond.
And we're back here following another touchdown by the Buckeyes and another touchdown for Tongatea, who's having a huge game yet again on senior night. We've seen Negrete has had some very good kickoffs for these Buckeyes so far, one time pinning them all the way back at their own 6-yard line. You see these returners, this is the farthest back I've seen returners stand all season, respecting Negrete's leg. The kick is up, and it is caught at about the 5-yard line, and he is tripped up. A super nice play by the gunner right there to trip him up, not let him get to the outside. Another tough field position for these Panthers to start out at.
Once again, for the Peoria Panthers, Sebastian Carrillo, the one on the return, and Buckeye just able to get enough of him to bring him down with a nice little trip up.
Panthers back out there. Kramer still at quarterback. Takes the snap. Hands it off to Carrillo. Carrillo has to go backwards before he goes forwards, and he is tripped up out of bounds. Not the best start for this Panthers offense. You see this defensive line having a very big game, getting a lot of pressure on the quarterback in the passing game, and then running game is almost non-existent for this Panthers team because of this defensive line ability to get through those, off those tackles and make the tackle on the running back. Second down and 16, a loss of 6 on that first play. Kramer takes a snap, throws it to his receiver, who is just caught. He was able to break out of a tackle before getting pulled down all the way to about the 16-yard line for a third down and long.
25, Pooney Ellis with the initial wrap-up of the receiver there for Buckeye. And really sneaky, nice job there by Peoria Quinton Sullivan to slip that tackle before he's brought down by Buckeye once again.
Yeah, slipping out of that may only have gotten him 1 or 2 yards, but bringing a third down and 15 to a third down and 13 is very measurable for a quarterback, as it's a 3rd and 13, ball on their own 16-yard line. Kramer takes the snap, drops back. It's going to be a screen pass to his running back. His running back has a little space in front of him. That space goes away very quickly, though. Nice jump by the corners out there to tackle him before he's able to get to that line again. It's to bring up a 4th down, and looks like to be about 8 yards.
Yeah, Beckner, I believe that's the first time we've called his name tonight, but I'm surprised that that's the first time we've seen this play from Peoria. We saw Buckeye run that screen pass to the running back a couple times, but if this is the first time we've done the same thing.
Peoria Punch has had a lot of action tonight, and it's gone very well for him so far. It's punts that have gone over the head. We'll see what this one goes. A little run forward, another high punt. He's going to have some space in front of him to return it, though, as he gets just a couple yards to get into Panther territory here. That was number 11 for Buckeye, Keegan Zasso, with the return.
Now the Hawks come out once again. And if I had to guess, as you said earlier, Shane, I'd be willing to put some money on it. They're going to rely on the ground game here.
We've seen a lot of the double running back on either side of the quarterback to start the play. So we didn't necessarily see a ton in the first half, but we've seen it about the past 5 plays, and you see it here. Tongatoa on his left, Fresneda on his right as they make this little motion. Fresneda is now behind the quarterback as he fakes the handoff to him. Tongatoa takes it, and again is just so tough to bring down. He just runs directly into players. It doesn't matter. He'll get about 5 yards on every run he has.
Again, we see that coming back into play now. 170 average rushing yards per game for Tongatoa. And although on some of these he's not breaking away for a big gain, he's fighting through that line, wearing them down on each and every run.
176 rushing yards is an incredible stat for any high school running back, but when you have another running back who gets carries, makes it just that much more impressive. As this run is a throw, and he is tripped up as he tries to make a move, pick him above. Looks like to be no gain there, so bring up a 3rd down. And there's a flag that comes in way late. So it looks like there's some words on either side, and that might, at first, looks like it might be on the Panthers here, as Buckeye is pointing that way and the Panthers aren't really refuting. It's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct on the defense, and that is something that you do not want to see, especially as the Panthers coach. Your defense finally has this team in a 3rd down and long situation, and just some unnecessary talk after the play gets them a 1st down and gets them even closer to that goal line. Just under 5 minutes left in this 3rd quarter. Juarez takes the snap. Fakes the handoff. He has to make a man miss in the backfield before launching it down the field. It's a little bit underthrown. It is caught, but he is way out of bounds. It's going to end up to be an incompletion.
That was a big shot downfield for Buckeye. Not sure. Yeah, he was definitely aiming for the end zone. Thought he had a chance with his man open there, but 2 defenders almost came away with that ball.
A little bit of a risky pass, especially with your running game going so well. We saw they wanted to take a shot here. Now, 2nd down and 10. Ball's on the 27-yard line. This time they hand it off to Fresneda, who has some blockers on the outside. Little burst of speed to pick up about 7 yards. It seems like every single time they hand the ball off, it doesn't matter if it's to Fresneda or Tongatea, they're going to get about 5 yards, at least 5 yards, I should say, on almost every single play.
Well, and a great job by not only the Hawks offensive line, but a couple of others there. We saw Ryan Garcia in also helping out at the running back position officially with a nice block there to give him some room.
Juarez takes the snap. This time it's going to go to Tongatea. Tongatea tackled, and he looks like he will get that first down, and he's inside the red zone yet again for the Buckeye offense.
Number 52, Eloy Navejas for the Panthers. Not enough to keep him from getting a first down. We saw the run up the middle. He tried to break outside. Just enough for the first down. And again, another opportunity for a first down here inside the 10 before they even get the goal to go.
Just about 3 minutes left in this third quarter. Snap goes to Fresneda. Fresneda is tackled just about right away. It seems these Panthers are starting to catch on that this team likes to run the ball.
Yeah,
they like to run it a lot.
And Shane, they're finally learning to catch on that they need 2 or 3 defenders on the running backs to bring him down. But on that play, it didn't seem like much of an issue as they had a couple guys in the area.
Like you just said, having to have 2 or 3 guys, not only does it change your defense, but it just wears you down when you just keep getting hit by these big, strong backs, especially when your offense isn't staying on the field for a ton of time. It seems like this defense has been out here for practically the entire third quarter as the snap goes to one of the running backs who goes to the outside and in for the touchdown. Stop me if you've heard this before. Tongatea with another touchdown. That's his 4th of the night on senior night.
And let's count up the stats once again for Tongatea. 29 total touchdowns for this team this season and 27 rushing touchdowns. We see him here. Great job by the entire team. Create lanes for Tongatea. And at this point, I don't think it's much question. He's definitely the player of the game tonight for the Hawks.
Yes, I don't know if there is any fantasy football in the Arizona high school ranks, but I think Tongatea would be at the top of the list if there was some. Strong game. Extra point is good. It's a 28-7 lead for Buckeye. We'll be right back after this break.
Chris Scott of RE/MAX is Central Oregon's best realtor for anyone thinking of a vacation home or relocation. He's our very own born and raised Phoenician who moved his family to Central Oregon nearly 15 years ago. Contact Chris if you're thinking of exploring beautiful Central Oregon. It truly is living at its best. 541-999-5614. Proud partner of the Varsity Sports Shows, it's Dylan.
Just over 2 minutes left in this third quarter, and it's been all Buckeyes so far. 2 touchdowns for Tongatea on this offense, kind of blowing this game open. It was 14-7 coming out of half. This time, 28-7. Negrete is kicking off yet again. It's kind of a low kick, and it's caught at about the 10-yard line before taking it up. Tries to cut it to the outside, but nowhere for him to go. Another great job by this team to not let them go anywhere. And it looks like taking a little bit of time to separate themselves, but they do so without any flags. And we'll get to see this offense yet again for the Panthers.
Yeah, on that replay, kind of a line drive kick there. A fairly decent return by Saeed Hassan for the Panthers, and the Hawks, Julian Ortiz bringing him down. And again, so thankful we've got the replay capabilities we have here. Just a quick shout out to our Varsity Sports Show technical team as the offense comes out. Nick Hall, our technical director, Anthony Remedios, our production assistant, Sto Safaropoulos down on the field on camera, as well as Ana De La Cruz and Kenji Ito, our game cam operator up top.
So this offense has not really been able to get anything rolling so far in this second half as they take the snap, And they throw this ball deep down the field, and a nice, strong catch by the receiver to get this ball moving down the field. The first down for this offense.
And that boils down to just pure athleticism by the receiver there. Quentin Sullivan, we see the replay here. Quarterback looking right, throwing down the middle on the right side, and Quentin Sullivan just go up and get that ball.
Sullivan has the clear height advantage over there as well, as Kramer just put that ball high in the air and let Sullivan make a play on the ball. Kramer takes the snap, drops back, throws the ball down the field. It's caught again over the middle of the field before turning upfield and getting tackled just outside of that 30-yard line. That's back-to-back big plays for this offense that's been pretty silent so far in this third quarter.
And this is where we see the Panthers start to come alive. We've seen a couple sparks of big plays here throughout the game at certain points, but the question is, will they finally be able to cash in the end zone? We wind down just a little over a minute left in the third quarter, but that defensive touchdown is still the only points they have on the board so far.
Offense trying to get on the board for their team as well, as they are just outside of the 30-yard line here. Kramer, high snap, nice job just to catch it, throws it down, and looks like he was open but just not able to make the catch. It looks like both players perhaps kind of misread that ball, and they both were playing it a little bit low and it out of the reach of the receiver.
Yeah, we see here the snap, quarterback looked right to him and might have just slipped right through his hands there.
It looked like the defender jumped up, misread the ball a little bit, and that jumping up made the wide receiver cut his route in a little bit, and they both just were a little under that ball. So we bring up a 2nd down and 10 here. Under a minute left to play in this third quarter. Kramer takes the snap. Looks like it's a blitz. He gets the ball off, but there's no one there as he was looking for one of his receivers that seemed to have stopped the route short. Incomplete pass. Bring up 3rd down and 10.
And again on that, it was a nice look, a beautiful throw from Kramer, but just way over the head of the area.
This offense was moving to start. Just looked to hit a little bit of a roadblock here. 3rd down and 10.
Got to credit Buckeye for putting a stop to him. They've done it quite a few times tonight.
Potentially 4 down territory here, but we'll see the 3rd down. Kramer takes a snap. Again, he's going to launch it down the field, and this time it is just over the hands outstretched of his receiver, who was not able to make that play.
We see it again here on 3rd down. The quarterback looking, throwing over the middle, and a nice one-on-one matchup looking for Quentin Sullivan, but just a little too far.
Nice coverage there by Caden Martin, the defender, number 21, who's had Sullivan all night long. We saw Caden had that interception in the first half that helped spark the Buckeye offense. Here, it's going to bring up a 4th down and 10. We see the aggression by the Panthers here as they drop back. Rolls to his left a little bit, but he is hit right away. Not able to get that throw off at all. Great job by the defense to get at that quarterback and create a turnover on downs.
And again, we see here, 4th down, you're down 3 scores. You got to go for it here. And big pass play. They look to throw. There was a nice route there by the receiver. But pressure in the backfield just breaking up that throw.
There's about 35 seconds left in this third quarter. Back with the ball is Buckeye and Juarez, quarterback who's had a decently silent night tonight as he's not had to do much with his running backs putting up a lot of the numbers here. Juarez takes the snap. He's going to roll to his right side. He has some blocking in front of him as he throws it. Nice, strong catch by the receiver, who makes a move to the outside and has some green grass in front of him, makes another move, and the ball looks like it came out here. Can't see who jumped on top of it. It was running down the field, but ball came out for a second. It looks like it's going to stay Buckeye ball.
That was just an incredible play there by the receiver. Quarterback rolls out to the right a little bit, throws down the sideline a little over the head of the receiver. He goes up to get it, stays on his feet, very impressive, and breaks far down the field.
Able to fall right on that ball once it got punched out, punched from behind him. And now it looks like this is going to bring us to the end of the third quarter. 28-7 lead for the Buckeyes Hawks. 3 quarters down, 1 more to go. We'll talk to you guys after this short break.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show.
We're back here at Buckeye Union High School in Buckeye, Arizona, as the Buckeye Hawks are taking on the Peoria Panthers. Buckeye having a very strong third quarter there. It was a 14-7 game coming out of half. Buckeye with 2 big touchdowns to kind of blow this game wide open. 28-7 now, and they have the ball moving down the field.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we heard at the end of the third quarter as that horn sounded, the crowd roar here. Very packed stands here on the Buckeye side for senior night.
And it looks like there's a lot of movement on either side of the ball here. They're going to say a false start, on the running or on the offense. So that's going to put this offense that's been moving so far a little bit more space for them to go.
Again, one of those situations where you can afford to lose some yards when you're up 3 scores, but still not something for the discipline of this team that you want to have.
Juarez takes the snap. And that ball it looks like it was meant for a receiver, but just slightly underthrown. Not able to make the catch. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 15.
Again, that was a play where we seemed like we had a defender almost get a hand on it coming into the backfield, but just too low of a throw for the receiver to do anything with.
I expect them to go back to the running game that worked for them so well. So far all game, but especially in that third quarter. Juarez takes it, hands it off to his running back, Tongatea. Tongatea bursts to the outside, another great blocking, makes a move on the outside, and he gets down all the way to what looks like to be the 11-yard line before getting pushed out of bounds. This man is a machine over here.
Absolutely he is. As we take a look at the replay here, there's no secret as to what they're doing once they hand the ball off, but just no answer for Tongatea. The Panthers just can't come up with anything.
There was a late flag on that play. Looks like it's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct on the offense. We saw a late unsportsmanlike conduct on Peoria. This time it's on Buckeye, and that run that got them all the way down to the 10-yard line now is forcing them to go way back outside of the red zone.
And again, we mentioned earlier a couple plays ago with that penalty, not ideal, but now this one coming to hurt them a lot more after such a big run.
And it seems like it was just some trash talk after the play, not something necessary at all, especially when you have this lead. As they take the snap, it's going to be a screen to the right side and another drop screen. The screen play, they like to go to it a lot, but it's not been very successful as they've had some trouble getting the ball into the receiver's hands.
Yeah, Jordan Martinez, the intended receiver on that one. And it might have just got a little too excited there when he tried to make the catch, tried to run upfield before he secured the ball.
We saw at the start of the game those little tensions between both teams. We saw some pushing and shoving after a couple tackles, but it's been fairly silent until we saw unsportsmanlike conduct on Peoria just at the end of the third quarter on this one right here. As we get into the final stretch, the final quarter, tensions are starting to pick up yet again. Second down and 10 here as he takes a snap, rolls to his right side. He's going to throw the ball deep down the field. His receiver is open, and that is a Buckeye touchdown. Nice catch and a nice route by number 11, Keegan Zazo. Zazo had a touchdown called back due to a flag. This one will stand.
And again, just a great textbook play action. Roll out to the right, and the receiver, Zazo, wide open. And the Hawks extend their lead once again.
We said it's a packed stands here, and they've had plenty to cheer for so far in the second half. The kick, it's a little low, but it's through the uprights regardless. That's going to bring a 35-7 lead just as we started this fourth quarter. We'll be right back after this break.
Training Better Athletes was founded by renowned football coach Ron Sowers with the philosophy of training well-rounded young people in mind and body. TBA is the go-to for middle schoolers through the pros. Coach Sowers has worked with all sports but specializes in football offensive and defensive line skills training. Whether it's one-on-one or group training, reach out to Coach Sowers at trainingbetterathletes.com or call him at 602-435-9064. You can't cheat the grind.
That is a touchdown by Buckeye. We saw Zazo in the first half had a touchdown called back due to a holding. This time, not called back. Touchdown, 35-7 lead for this offense, who's been rolling so far in this second half.
We see Buckeye here finally getting the pass game a little more involved, and at this point, I think with such a sizable lead, they're able to kind of air it out a little bit more, as we saw in that touchdown pass.
The kick is up. Going to drop at about the 10-yard line and remain on the ground for a second before getting picked up. But that defense, or the Gunners, were able to get there right away as the ball on the ground had to make them pause a little bit, and not much of a return after that. Another good kick by Negrete.
Yeah, we saw the play here for that last one. Julian Ortiz was right next to the receiver on it.
This Panthers offense, they've not been able to get a ton going. Their last drive, they did have a couple big passes down the field to get into Hawks territory. But here, as the clock is starting to get slimmer and slimmer, we have about 11 and a half minutes left, but a 28-point deficit. You're going to have to start to put the ball in the end zone soon. Takes a snap. Fakes the handoff. He's going to run to his left side. Not much for him. A lot of space for him to go. He's going to stay on that outside. That was Sebastian Carrillo taking the direct snap. There is a penalty flag on the field, however.
So, we're ready to take two white hats on it. Actually, Keji white hat.
We see him trying something a little bit different here. Running game, pass game wasn't going, so direct snap and able to get a couple yards on that.
They're going to say that's a hands to the face. So that's going to give this Panthers offense a little bit more space as they head down the field. That's going to spot the ball at about the 38-yard line here. This Panthers offense starting to move the ball down the field. Carrillo with a nice run there after the direct snap.
Again, we've seen him a couple times get into good field position, but just unable to convert so far. It seems like the Buckeye defense is just able to come up with a stop at the right time.
The Panthers going back to Joshua Holiday, the senior who started the game for them at quarterback before they brought in the freshman Dominic Kramer for most of the second and the third quarter. Here's Holiday with the ball. Throws it, catch by the receiver, but tackled right away. Pickup of about 5 yards.
see on the play here, just a quick pass out to the right side. Nice catch, but Buckeye swarms to the receiver there. Just makes a nice tackle.
Sometimes when you bring in a quarterback who's not been playing for a couple of drives, it's nice to get just an easy pitch and catch just so he can see the ball go in the receiver's hands. This time he hands it off to his running back, but this running game has been pretty non-existent for the Panthers so far. As again, that defense was right there to make the stop. As this looks like to be an injury timeout, and we'll be taking a break. Talk to you guys after this break.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk to you about a good friend of mine named Bob Jenkins. Bob is a Marine Corps veteran. Bob and his younger brother DJ own Vets Built Contracting. For 5 years, they've been hiring and putting veterans to work. Vets Built is licensed, bonded, and insured, both residential and commercial, specializing in renovations, remodeling, new build, casitas, safe rooms, or small commercial TI work. If you're a skilled veteran looking for work, a homeowner in need of work, or a commercial business needing TI work, please call Bob or DJ at Vets Built at 480-584-36.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road, just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show.
We're back here after the injury timeout. Player was able to get off the field with the help of his coaches. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 7 for this offense that needs a score very badly. Takes a snap, throws it deep down the field to his receiver on the sideline, who tries to make a play, but another very strong defensive play by the cornerback. Be able to break that ball up and bring up a big 4th down.
That is a big 4th down, and again, we brought the question earlier, would Buckeye be able to make a stop at the right time? That was the key question, and again, they were able to get the ball back here. Probably try to run out the clock and rely on the run game, although the run game's been pretty productive here for Buckeye.
Run game might be a little too good to run out the clock, as they might break one off. We'll see after this punt. It's going to bounce in front of the receiver. It's going to take, again, a Panthers bounce. All the bounces for the Panthers have gone their way so far. This one's going to roll to about the 27-yard line. And we'll see this Buckeye offense yet again. This offense has been on the field a lot for this second half, meaning that the Panthers defense has been on the field a lot for the second half. When you have 2 bruising running backs like Buckeye does, that can wear a defense down. You see Buckeye is going back with Zachary Bennett. Bennett came on for 1 play in the first half, the quarterback. This time he's on. Those 2 running backs on either side of him. Bennett takes a snap. He's going to hand it off. And that's going to be ran up for about 7 yards there. Fresneda with the pickup as the clock continues to click down. Just over 9 minutes left in this ballgame. Zachary Bennett on his play from the first half was a fumble coming off the handoff. That time it's good to see the running back able to secure it. Takes the handoff again to the other running back, Tongatea. Tongatea breaks 1 tackle and again is rolling with a huge stiff arm on the sideline, and he's going to pick up a whole lot of yards here before getting called stepped out of bounds at about the 45-yard line. Another strong run by Tongatea. And there's a flag that came in late. It's going to be a holding on the offense. That run will be called back.
Just something we maybe weren't expecting. We've seen it a couple times on the last couple drives, just maybe some carelessness. I don't know what to call it necessarily, but a couple just discipline mistakes here for Buckeye. And again, not like they have a whole lot to worry about, but still not something you'd necessarily want to see.
As a coach, you love to see your team be able to stay pretty clean and not have these penalties rack up towards the end of the game. Usually it can be a sign of fatigue. The offensive linemen don't have their set block and decide to grab some jersey. This time it looks like bringing the ball back. It was pretty far out there, though, so it still will be a 2nd down and 6. Still a positive play for the Hawks. Takes a snap, hands it off again to the running back who makes one tackle and now is just kind of right behind his block before getting all the way to midfield. That was Fresneda with the carry there.
And again, just the tail of the running backs tonight here for the Hawks, as we saw Fresneda with another run, and just both running backs getting involved a lot tonight. Fresneda just had a great hole there. No traffic at all until he was up around the 45-yard line.
Yeah, you're good. I didn't end up going to you because I saw you there.
Clock continues to click down. There's about 7.5 minutes left in this game. Bennett takes the snap. This time he's going to hand it off to one of his receivers who comes across formation and has some blocks before getting tripped up from behind here. Another positive play. Buckeye's mascot may be a hawk. They love to stay on the ground when moving the ball up the field.
Kenji, set up that shot a little bit. 22. Back to left.
Bennett with either running back now, just with Fresneda in the backfield. Fresneda takes the snap again, and strong blocking, and he's able to pick up another 1st down and much more here. Much credit to these running backs. We've sang their praise all night, but this offensive line has been playing a heck of a game as well, creating these huge holes for these running backs to burst through.
Oh, absolutely. And again, just like you mentioned, look at that wide open hole there for the running back to go through. And as much power as the running backs have, especially Tongatea, it wouldn't be anything without the help of this Hawks offensive line.
Bennett takes a snap. It's a little bit low, but he's still able to get the ball off to his running back. That's Tongatea, who's in for yet another touchdown. That is 5 for the night for a huge game for Tongatea and this Buckeye offense.
Wow. It's the first time that I've ever seen in a high school football game a running back have 5 touchdowns on the ground. And we just see Tongatea like a routine at this point, just breaking tackles, finding his way into the end zone.
Tongatea doing his best impression of Joe Mixon, who had 5 touchdowns in last week's NFL game, the Bengals versus the Panthers. That extra point is good. It's going to bring up a 42-7 lead for the Hawks. We'll be right back after this break.
Thank you for listening to the Varsity Sports Show, where our mission is to empower education and enable dreams, creating an unmatched platform to showcase talent both in front of and behind the microphone in radio, television, podcast, and live streaming. The Varsity Sports Show, still your home for youth, high school, college, and you in Arizona and beyond.
Just over 6 minutes left in this ball game, and Buckeye is starting to blow this game open. It's a 42-7 lead. It was 14-7 at halftime, but this offense has really found their groove, especially from the help of Tongatea, who has 5 touchdowns tonight. The kick, it's another good one, as there's a flag on the play. They're going to stop it, which meaning most likely on the kicking team getting a little bit of an early jump. trying to make that tackle.
The excitement here definitely getting to the Hawks as this lead is, at this point, pretty much sealing the deal on this game.
During the pregame senior night celebrations, when they announced all the players, Tongatea came out with his whole family and had a flag wrapped around him and had a poster behind him of himself and his number. And he is putting on a show for these fans here tonight. 5 touchdowns, and they have much to cheer for this packed stadium.
Absolutely, and I'm not sure, I'll try to figure out, I'm not sure what Tongatea's situation is as far as what he wants to do next year, but I would be shocked if he did not end up playing playing collegiate football at some level.
Urete kicks it off. This one a little shorter, bounces it about the 20-yard line, getting picked up at the 15 as waits for his blocks. He cuts it to the outside. He has a burst of speed, and this is a nice return here for the Panthers as he is hit by the kicker and brought down, but not before getting inside Hawk territory. The Panthers showing a little bit of energy following that touchdown by Buckeye.
Yeah, the Panthers, we'll give them credit. They haven't given up the fight yet, although at this point with such a lead, it's just more trying to save their name maybe at this point, but nonetheless, they're not going to give up without a fight. Again, we mentioned earlier, the only touchdown for them tonight coming from the defense, and we'll see now with very favorable field position if this offense can get anything going.
Panthers are going to stick with Joshua Holiday, the senior out there. Holiday tells his receiver, motions, and he hands it off to his running back, Carrillo. Carrillo makes one-man miss and is going to pick up a couple yards here. It's going to be a pickup of about 4 yards, it looks like. 3 yards, potentially.
And again, we mentioned Tongatea earlier, and his, I would imagine, has the aspirations to play at the college level. I wasn't able to find any commitment or anything like that, but I did see a couple weeks ago he was out at ASU for a visit. So it's possible that ASU, if he is made an offer, could add to their arsenal of powerful running backs in the future.
The snap is going to be a screen pass, is caught by Carrillo. Carrillo shows a burst of speed up the sideline before making 2 people miss, and now the Panthers are quickly inside the red zone. The offense is starting to find its groove.
Yeah, and again, Carrillo, we've seen him targeted probably more than anyone else on this Panthers team tonight, and for good reason. The team leader in receiving yards per game, averaging 32.4, as well as rushing yards per game, averaging just over 66, as well as 5 rushing touchdowns per game.
And as Paul was saying, it might be a little bit too late to make this game interesting or try to make a comeback, but it's nice just to see the ball go in the end zone, especially for an offense who has not been able to score yet tonight. Remember, that defense was able to get only 7 points for the Panthers. Could feel good to see this ball go in the end zone as they fake a screen pass and they air it out to the end zone. And there's going to be a flag on the coverage there. Coverage was a little bit too good, and that ball is going to get even closer to the goal line.
And again, we saw Saeed Hassan targeted on that pass, another one of Peoria's favorite targets here. And just a beautiful ball aired out to the left corner of the end zone. The defender just got a little too much contact to draw the flag. I believe it was maybe Trayvon Frazier on the coverage for the Hawks.
This ball is going to be placed at the 10-yard line, but as we've been saying all night, this Buckeye defense is the epitome of bend, don't break. They'll let up some big plays, but they seem to make stops exactly when they need it most. Here would be a nice, great time for this defense to keep its shutout alive. ball's on the 10-yard line. First down and goal. Takes the snap, airs it out to the corner of the end zone, and that is caught for a touchdown. Panthers getting on the board after that Buckeye touchdown. 13-42, waiting the extra point.
Again, bend, don't break. The mentality just a little too much there. There was quite a bit of open space there for Quinton Sullivan in that corner of the end zone. One-on-one coverage, and he just broke perfectly to create space and found the perfect little hole for the catch and score.
That just shows the quarterback's comfortability with the wide receiver as he threw the ball before Carrillo even made that break, it looked like. But Carrillo knew that ball was going to be placed right there. Quarterback knew he was going to make that break right there. Nice job by both of them as they'll be looking to go for two here. Empty backfield, two receivers to his left, three to his right. Holiday takes the snap. He's going to look to his left side, and it is just a little bit too low. He had his receiver, not able to connect. It's going to be a 42-13 ball game. About 4 minutes left. We'll be right back after this break.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk to you about a good friend of mine named Bob Jenkins. Bob is a Marine Corps veteran. Bob and his younger brother DJ own Vets Built Contracting. For 5 years, they've been hiring and putting veterans to work. Vets Built is licensed, bonded, and insured, both residential and commercial, specializing in renovations, remodeling, new build, casitas, safe rooms, or small commercial TI work. If you're a skilled veteran looking for work, a homeowner in need of work, or a commercial business needing TI work, please call Bob or DJ at Vets Built at 480-584-36.
We are back here in Buckeye. Just over 4 minutes left in this game following the Panthers' first offensive touchdown for the night. They went for two, were not able to convert. As now they'll be kicking off to this Hawks team, and this Hawks offense will come back on this field. Hawks offense having a very strong second half, blowing this game open. The kick. Kind of a chip shot, and is caught at about the 30-yard line before being returned. Not for a huge return there to the 40. I think Buckeye was potentially expecting a onside kick there. It was kind of a mix between an onside kick and a deep kick, kind of chipped right there, and the return brings it to the 40-yard line. Good field position for this offense.
Yeah, absolutely. It was kind of a tough spot on the reception, but nonetheless, inside the 40, looking to flip the field here. And just a quick reminder, actually I'll mention it after a couple plays here.
We got 4 minutes left in this ball game. So they take the snap, and this one hits the ground, but he picks it up, and he actually has a hole, and he is going to go all the way to the 30, to the 25 before getting tackled out of bounds. That's certainly not how the coach drew it up, as that ball, the handoff was not clean, but
Talk to you about a good friend of mine named Bob Jenkins. Bob is
Fielden get that ball all the way to, looks like, just outside the red zone.
My goodness. Talk about recovering from a bad snap. I think even the defense just wasn't expecting that. There was a perfect hole there after he picked it up off the ground and just way downfield.
All his momentum and the blockers were on that right side, and it's like the ball dropping was able to stop him, as it looks like they're going to be bringing the ball all the way back. I believe there was a flag on the play. We've seen that a couple times for Buckeye, as we see huge explosive play that just gets called back due to a penalty. This one looked like it was a holding. This is Zachary Bennett, the quarterback. That is the second time that the ball was fumbled on the handoff. Looks like they're at the same place that the ball was at. So yes, now they'll be moving the ball back for the penalty. And we'll do it again. Bennett takes the snap, hands it off, this time to Fresneda. Fresneda makes a move, stays on his feet, gets the ball down to just almost at that 45-yard line. as they just keep that clock clicking down at this point.
And again, Fresneda just able to power through, get a first down. Maybe not what they were hoping for after such a big play, but the benefit of that penalty bringing it back is it just takes more time off the clock as we wind down under 3.5 minutes.
Couple of first downs, and Buckeye can celebrate their win. Bennett takes a snap. This time he's going to be throwing it. It's going to be a little bit high for his receiver. That's going to bring up a third down and short, and it's also going to stop the clock at about just over 3 minutes.
Believe it'll be a fourth down? Okay.
Yes, it will be a fourth down here, as there was that penalty that was a loss of down. And we'll see the punting unit. This is the first time that we've seen this offense be stopped in the second half.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, Buckeye up to this point has just dominated from their beginning of their possession all the way down to the end zone.
The punt, this is a booming high punt. It's going to be a fair catch called. The ball's going to drop at about the 30-yard line. It's going to jump back, and it's going to be down at what looks like to be the 34-yard line. So the Panthers offense coming off of a touchdown gets another chance here with just under 3 minutes left.
Yeah, and just while we have a quick moment, I'm going to head down to the field pretty soon, get our post-game interviews. But if you want to check out those interviews, we're hoping to catch up with Coach Pooney Ellis after this win, as well as our player of the game tonight, Tonga Tea, the running back for the Buckeye Hawks. And stay tuned on the Varsity Sports Show radio show tomorrow morning and Varsity Weekly to hear these interviews.
Not much of a discussion needed to figure out who our player of the game will be. Tonga Tea with 5 touchdowns tonight, as we now see this Panthers offense takes the snap. He's going to drop back. A lot of pressure. He has to roll to his right side and heave the ball down the field. Nice play by the receiver to catch it, and he is tackled, but a nice big play on the opening play of this drive to get the ball into Hawks territory. That ball was just lifted in the air. You can see the pressure came early. A nice job to escape out, loft the ball in the air, then a great job by the receiver to kind of track that ball. It was almost like catching a punt, how high the ball was down. Nice job. That was number 10, Hassan, with the catch. This offense was scored a touchdown on their last drive, is starting to move and starting to find their groove here. As the clock ticks down, just over 2 minutes left in this ball game, as takes the snap. He's going to throw it to the sideline and not able to make a play on the ball this time. Bring up a second down and 10. It's Joshua Holiday remaining out there at quarterback. We saw a little bit of Holiday to start the game before we saw the freshman Dominic Kramer come in for most of the second and third quarter. Holiday came out to start the fourth quarter here. Holiday takes the snap. He's going to drop back, and he's going to be hit by the defender and tackled for a big loss here. Huge play by the defense. Number 42 for Buckeye with the big play there to make the tackle and stop this offense. That was Kieta with the tackle. See, just shot through unblocked and was able to hit the quarterback before he even had a chance to make the play. Clock continues to wind down, just over a minute and a half left in this football game. Veterans Day edition of Friday Night Lights out here in Buckeye Union High School in Buckeye, Arizona. Holiday takes the snap, drops back, throws the ball down the field, but it was just about 4 yards short of where his receiver made his break to the outside. We'll stop the clock at 1 minute and 13 seconds with a 4th down and 18 to go, so a long ways for this team offense to go. I expect them to keep the offense on the field, as there's no point to punt such a large deficit and only just over a minute left in this ball game. For the Hawks, it's been huge running output by Tongatea and Fresneda. Tongatea with 5 touchdowns. Keegan Zasso is the lone receiver with a touchdown tonight. Holiday takes the snap, drops back, needs 18 yards. He's going to kind of pitch it over to his favorite target, who's not able to make the catch, and that's going to bring up a turnover on down. About a minute left in this ball game. I expect this Buckeye team to kneel down and celebrate their big victory on senior night. A packed house here in Buckeye, Arizona, and they had a ton to cheer for tonight. As the offense comes out here. And the ball goes over the quarterback's head. It's picked up by the Panthers, and they're going to get this ball inside the red zone. A little bit of a miscommunication. That was a new Buckeye quarterback, 23, who does not happen to be on the roster. I pulled off of Max Preps, but certainly not the victory formation, as it looks like they were trying to run a play there, and it just went right through. I believe that wasn't really expecting the snap, and the Panthers are going to have a second with the ball. It looks like there's going to be a timeout on the field, so we'll go right to break.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk to you about a good friend of mine named Bob Jenkins. Bob is a Marine Corps veteran. Bob and his younger brother DJ own Vets Built Contracting. For 5 years, they've been hiring and putting veterans to work. Vets Built is licensed, bonded, and insured, both residential and commercial, specializing in renovations, remodeling, new build, casitas, safe rooms, or small commercial TI work. If you're a skilled veteran looking for work, a homeowner in need of work, or a commercial business needing TI work, please call Bob or DJ at Vets Built at 480-584-3.
We're back after that short break. What a position that you expect to be a victory formation where you just kneel the ball. Looked like that Buckeye was wanting to run a play, and there was a miscommunication between the center and the quarterback. This was the quarterback's first snap out there at quarterback, and the ball just went through his hands and was picked up by the Panthers. So the Panthers looked like the game is over, and they're going to have about a minute to try to see if they can get in the end zone. The ball is inside the 20-yard line in the red zone. They take the snap, drop back, and they're going to throw it to the outside. He catches the ball at about the 5-yard line before getting a couple more yards. It's going to be at about the 2-yard line here. The clock's going to continue to run. A lot of defensive substitutions on this Buckeye side of the defense, and there's a little bit of confusion here as some players don't know what to do, and that's going to be a timeout by Buckeye. So it looked like Buckeye was trying to putting a whole another group of players out there, and all those players are on the other side of the field. Didn't really expect to get the call in, and we're racing over there, but not able to get there in time, and Buckeye takes a timeout with 28 seconds left. You don't typically see a winning team take a timeout with such little time left, but when they're trying to preserve the score, they don't want to be making this game any closer than it needs to be. They want to be able to go home with as big of a win as they can here on senior night. First down and goal from the 2-yard line for this offense. Panthers would love to be able to get another offensive touchdown in there tonight. Some motion as it's thrown to the end zone, and that looks to be caught, and that is another touchdown for the Panthers. A little bit of a late game explosion here. A little bit too late to make any difference in the out.
To talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I...
Your belt after being held scoreless on offense for most of the game as a late flag comes in. And looks like it's going to be an unsportsmanlike penalty on the offense. So following the touchdown, maybe a bit too much of a celebration. As we'll take a look at that play yet again. It was a fake screen to the running back and then just a nice slant pass to the receiver who made a strong catch. Not an easy catch at all, very contested. And now that's going to make the second down conversion a lot harder than it needs to be after that unsportsmanlike conduct on the offense. Holiday takes the snap. And there's a lot of pressure again. He has to make it work with his feet. He's going to float that to the end zone. And it is a nice catch by the receiver. Just a jump ball and nice play by the receiver. The offense is starting to pick it up a little bit too late. You see the immediate pressure by the defense. And then he scoots out to his right, throws the ball down the field. There is a flag yet again. You can see maybe a little bit of a Allen Iverson step over of the defender after making that catch. See, the unsportsmanlike penalties are starting to pile up here late in the game. As now both teams will get ready. We only have 21 seconds left of this game here. It looked like the game could have ended when Buckeye had the possession of the ball with under a minute left. They just needed to kneel the ball once or twice, but a bad snap or miscommunication between the center and the quarterback led to the Panthers having another opportunity to score, and they took advantage of that opportunity right here with the touchdown, and then a nice strong catch for a 2-point conversion here. As now we'll see this Panthers team kick it off yet again. Potentially an onside kick chance here. Just about 21 and a half seconds left in this game. This is one of the longest final minutes of football I've seen in a blowout game, as both teams still trying to take advantage. No team wanting to kneel it down. Panthers able to score a touchdown. We'll see if they decide to go for the onside kick here. The kick is chipped up. It's going to be caught at the 35-yard line. It's going to be returned to the middle of the center of the field before getting tackled at about the 46-yard line. And now we'll see if this Buckeye team decides to try to get some more points on the board, or if they just kneel it down with just under 15 seconds left. You'd expect them to be in victory formation and kneel it, as it looks like that's what they're going to be rolling out right here. So a nice little fun final minute of football, but it seems that all signs are pointing that to coming to an end here, as this is the victory formation for the Buckeye. And Buckeye does deserve this victory formation. A very good game by the offense, scoring 42 points, and the defense doing a great job of stopping this Panthers offense. That got Panthers offense able to put up a couple scores at the end of the game, but defense played some very strong. We'll be taking our post-game interview with the coach and our player of the game, Tongatea. Thank you all for listening to this broadcast of Varsity Sports Show here in Buckeye Union. Buckeye 42, Peoria 21.
Thank you for listening to the Varsity Sports Show, where our mission is to empower education and enable dreams, creating an unmatched platform to showcase talent both in front of and behind the microphone in radio, television, podcast, and live streaming. The Varsity Sports Show, still your home for youth, high school, college, and you in Arizona and beyond.